Hi, here we are at the Connecticut Trolley Museum and Fire Museum in East Windsor, Connecticut. I've been going here since I was a kid, but haven't been here in a really long time. So they have a great museum, trolley rides, and they have special events for Halloween and Christmas, which are great for families too. Come check it out with us.
Behind me is the visitor center for the Connecticut Trolley Museum. Inside they have a museum, the place you buy your tickets to ride on the trolley and your admission into the museum and the building. They also have a movie about the history of the trolley car, and they also have a gift shop as well. As part of your admission at the Connecticut Trolley Museum, they have a museum. And within the museum, they have several different trolley cars for you to look at. You can go inside of them, explore how they used to work, and see how they've restored them.
Here we are in the visitor center, and Sean is saying hello to us.
Please remember, we are
in the Trolley Museum. They have two different scavenger hunts to do, so we're going to do both of them. Tammy's got one of them right here.
This is like the adult big kids version.
And I'm going to take the little kid version, which has pictures right here. So we're going to try to find everything on our scavenger hunt checklist. And wish us luck.
Right behind our visitor center.
Here's Teddy.
Check out our website for all of the special events that
he's within the museum.
The
and he talks about the trolleys and the Trolley Museum. So this is a PCC streetcar. PCC is the company that made it. And we can go in and travel right through. And this was used to take passengers through the streets of a city. And here's a caboose you can explore. The Bobber Caboose, number 8146 from 1883. Let's go in and take a look. So here's the inside of the caboose. Within the museum is this kind of like a bicycle for railroad tracks called the Velocipede. This is from 1883. And you pedaled this with your feet, and you could ride it down the train tracks. Pretty cool. As part of the museum, they have costumes for the kids to wear, so they can dress up and pretend to be a conductor, fireman, and different things. Tammy's showing off some of the wares. We completed our scavenger hunt, and we got them all right. And as a token of our good efforts, we got a token.
Yeah, like a fair token.
The Trolley Museum offers a movie which goes over the history of trolley cars throughout cities. It begins with the horse-drawn trolleys of long ago, which then got upgraded to cable cars, which are still in use in San Francisco, and then to the electric trolleys that are more common today in the cities that are subways now. In the same area where they show the movies, they also got these bins of Legos that kids can play with. So the kids can build trains and boats and structures with these bins of Legos on the mats supplied at the front of the movie theater. In the back of the theater, they have a place for kids to color with coloring pages. So here's a kid at heart coloring in Thomas and Sir Topham Hatt. So Tammy and I got done coloring our pictures. Here's the one I made. And Tammy, show us yours. Wow, you get a gold star. In the visitor center, they also have a train table. They actually got a few train tables throughout. I've seen, I think, 3 of them. And this is one of them. And you can play on the train table.
Here we are at the gift shop at the Connecticut Trolley Museum. So let's check out what they have to sell. There's posters and magnets and postcards, keychains. If you're into history, there's books all about streetcars in New Haven and Hartford. Used books, old train cars for train sets. These are collectibles, t-shirts, sweatshirts, teddy bears. Got some nice light up necklaces for the Halloween pumpkin patch ride. And mood rings and keychains and fire engines, train whistle. That's a good one to buy a young little girl.
Included with your purchase at the Trolley Museum is a ride on the trolley card. Today they change out which car they're going to be using, and for this ride they're going to be using the open air trolley car, which you can see right here. This is trolley car number 4, and it does not have a roof on it, hence why it's called the open air trolley. And you take a ride down this track and coming back again. So here's the conductor taking our tickets for our train ride on the open air car. The track runs 1.5 miles from the visitor center, and the trolley runs that distance up until the end. Up above us is the electric line that carries the electricity for the trolley. You can see there's the pole right there, and it has to touch that power line in order to get electricity to the electric motors underneath. So we're reaching the end of the line, and we're going to be stopping. For this particular car, they have to move the pole into the opposite direction, the pole being where they get the electricity from to drive the car. So they're going to be switching that around.
There were 4 of these built in Montreal gift tours. They never had to turn around.
So on the open air car, we go backwards. So we're going for a ride on another trolley. This one's enclosed. Goes on the same track as the one that we were on previously. There's the track we're going to go down. And then here's the trolley. This part of the trolley, they got these old ads from the early 1900s.
I like that one.
With the forest fires.
Yeah.
Smoky to death. So to go back, you can switch the seats. There you go. Because we're going to be turning around and going back the way we came. This way you're not riding backwards. This area right here, where you don't sit in, they said this is where they kept luggage and deliveries and packages and even coffins at time to time. So Tammy's ringing the bell.
Just pull straight up.
And tooting the whistle. Good job, honey. Here's a TV playing scenes from their Winterfest. And this is where at Christmas time you can take the trolleys down the track and they have it all lit up. They also do it around Halloween during the day. You can go down into a pumpkin patch and the kids can get a pumpkin, and at night they do Rails to the Dark Side, which is a scary ride which is not meant for kids. So you can have fun here all season long.
So here we are at the building behind the visitor center at the Trolley Museum, and this is the Connecticut Fire Museum. So there's going to be old fire engines and trucks inside this building. Let's check it out.
Welcome to the Connecticut Fire Museum, right at the Connecticut Trolley Museum. This is part of your admission. And as you enter, there are 2 large fire trucks for you to look at. So these are old antique fire trucks right here. And as you go deeper in, there's more to see. Here's more of the fire engines that are part of the Fire Engine Museum. In the Fire Truck Museum, which is part of the Connecticut Trolley Museum, they have old firefighting gear, boots, jackets, helmets, tanks. Also here at the Connecticut Fire Museum, they've got some old toys, old fire engines that the kids could play with. Here's some more of the old toys, including this old toy that has even the horse-drawn fire engine from days past. Here is an old hook and ladder fire truck. Here's the front of it. And then here is the trailer portion of it with the ladder on the trailer. And this is the ladder, would go up in the air and could go up really high. And then this truck had to steer in the back. So there is the person who sat in the back and had to steer the back wheels if they took sharp corners. They have several fire trucks here at the Fire Museum, which is in the back of the Trolley Museum. So these are old restored fire trucks. They're signs that tell the history of these fire trucks, what they were used for, when they're from, where they're from. It's a pretty extensive collection of fire trucks here for you to look at.
So we're just finishing up here at the Trolley Museum.